Okay, well, another weeknight dinner, and my wife left out some farmer sausage, but so far that's about it. So normally we have pierogies with this, but I'm going to try. I found these potatoes. These are yellow flesh potatoes, like Yukon Golds or something, and I have some russets, I'm pretty sure, in the garage. Nice to blend yellow flesh and white potatoes. I'm going to steam those. I also have a head of garlic here. I'd like to do some garlic mashed potatoes, so I'm going to roast this, partly like I've described before, in a bit of this foil, alongside the farmer sausage from Baujan's, thank you very much, and see how that goes. We're going to start this roasted garlic. Okay, so we're going to do a roast garlic. I've got a whole bulb here, you can see on the knife. I'm just going to cut this part off, mostly so I expose the top of that. And then I'm going to set that just on a piece of foil, give it a little bit of oil. We'll drizzle that in there. And then, very simply, just wrap it up. Decided to use the little toaster oven for this. There's my sausage and my garlic, just because it's got a convection setting and, again, just a little more efficient. So I've cut these potatoes up relatively small, again about golf ball size. That's the yellow ones. And then I brought in some russets here, and I'm again just leaving these peels on. Everything goes into the steamer over enough water, make sure you don't overboil it, and then cut up some carrots. The big ends get cut in half and the small ends just as they are. So these potatoes are about half done. I set them on about a 10-minute timer, and I'm going to try something that, again, I was reading about in Cook's Illustrated, and that is to take steamed potatoes, which is what these are, and they get covered in gluten, or something like it, that makes it gluey. I'm probably wrong, actually, about the gluten. That they propose just washing off midway through the process. So that's what I'm going to try here. Just basically rinsing those. I'm going to mash them later, but I just want to rinse them right off. And then put them, they're still plenty hot, and they're in my little bowl. I'm going to put them in there and let them go again. I'm also going to throw in these carrots, just because they can cook alongside, and I know later I can pull out the carrots, pull out the potatoes as I prepare to mash them. So I'm just going to throw these in on top, and they're going to steam away in roughly the time it takes for these potatoes to finish, and then while I'm mashing the potatoes they'll have a little bit of extra time to wrap up. Okay, these sausages and garlic have been going for about half an hour now, so I'm sure that's fine there. I'm just going to flip these over. If I got any Mennonite ladies who can tell me what this stuff is that comes kind of when you bake farmer sausage, it's just sort of gross. Anyway, doesn't seem to hurt you. I'll pop this back in. And alright, so the potatoes are getting done, and this is a testing method for steaming potatoes, which potatoes that are steamed and don't come into contact with water apparently retain more of their potato flavor. This is on the recommendation of Delia Smith, one of my favorite cookbook chefs, and a woman I think my wife secretly thinks I have a crush on. She recommends just testing, and if your paring knife basically slides right through a potato under its own weight, and this one isn't really, not quite, they're certainly getting there. Alright, so timer's gone, veggies are done, and I'm going to try another Delia Smith trick here, and that is I'm going to set these strained veggies over here. I'm going to dump the water out. Put this, that is going to go back on the element in a sec. I'm just going to put a little bit of butter in there. And I'm going to transfer the carrots out. Got all my carrots out. Then I'm going to put this back on the heat relatively low heat. I'm going to add a little bit of sweetness. The recipe that I read is for honey, but I'm going to do the old Rogers golden syrup once again. Bit of a persistent theme. And according to the directions, a little splash of lemon juice. Real lemon in here. Not too much. And we're just going to let that saute and reduce and just give a little bit of sauciness to those carrots. Meanwhile, I'm going to take this clean tea towel and cover up these potatoes just to absorb some of that steam, and again to reduce the amount of moisture on the potatoes, so that when we mash them we'll replace that moisture with cream and butter and some cheese. Oh, it's going to be great. Now I know we've talked about roasted garlic before, but I just want to show you, I know I squeezed it out last time in the soup, but this time I just want to show you how easy it is for this stuff. I'm just doing it one-handed here, right? And you can just see these guys pop right out, the beautiful garlic cloves. They just slide right out of the skin, and it's even easier with two hands. So I'll pop one of those in with the carrots, one or two of those. Let's see here. Just see how soft and nice they are. Just going to add a little bit of nice flavor there. And the rest I'm going to put in my mashed potatoes. Now, in the interest of efficiency, this is the same pot that I just cooked the carrots in. So there's going to be a little bit of, well, there's butter in there, and there's some sweetness in there, a bit of lemon, but I don't think that's going to do too much violence to my potatoes. So I've got my potatoes here, and I didn't peel them, which, I don't know, I guess we're going to see how this works out. I've also got a potato ricer here. I don't know if you've ever seen anything like this. They're not very expensive. I got mine at Canadian Tire, I think. Potato ricer, just pop those potatoes in and squeeze them through kind of like you would a garlic press. I like it because it doesn't give you those lumps. There's no way I've ever been able to mash potatoes properly without getting lumps in them that just seem not to ever go away. So I'm going to see if this potato ricer makes a difference. So the moment of truth here, we'll have to see if these skins are a serious impediment. Well, it's like working with Play-Doh. Okay, it's working out all right. And there you see the potato skin stuck to the bottom of the piston there.
It looks like noodles.
It does look like noodles. How does it taste? Decent?
Wonderful.
Looks kind of like a giant bowl of maggots. Alright, so we added some salt and some pepper. I don't know if you can see that starting to bubble. I added some cream, a little bit, and some parsley flakes, mostly just for color. And we're just going to add a little bit of grated Parmesan cheese here. Tasty, eh? Just adds a little punch to it. Otherwise, it'll just stir up, mash up with nothing more than a wooden spoon.